it goes. Get it right. Yeah. Come join us as we take you on a trip from the practice pen to the show arena and let you listen in as top trainers prepare their students to compete in the Western industry's most exciting equine sport. And you'll learn what it takes to become a top weekend cutter.
The Manzanola cubes for me have been the best ones, the best cubes I've ever fed, and they've been consistent every time. My horses look full and strong and they're ready to go all the time. Any show you go to, if there's a feed store somewhere, they almost always have Manzanola cubes. They're easy to feed in the trailer, anywhere you go, there's no waste to it. It's the same quality every time. My horses look good on it, and there's been a lot of other cutters start on it since I've been feeding them too.
They can be your hobby, your business, or simply your best friend. At Bluebonnet Feeds, we understand how important your horse is. You see, we're horse owners too, and we believe in quality nutrition. So we aren't just manufacturing horse feed, we're carefully crafting every bag as if it were headed to nurture one of our own.
Hey folks, welcome to Cuttin Up. I'm your host, Kenny Imai. Hope you enjoy the show tonight. This episode is brought to you by Manzanola Feeds. Remember, if you want to put your hands on some of the finest Colorado alfalfa that you could feed your animals, go to manzanolafeeds.com. They can show you where there's a dealer close to you to get your hands on some Top the Rockies alfalfa cubes by Manzanola Feeds. Now let's go out to Louisiana, Downsville, Louisiana to be exact. And I got to practice one day with a gentleman by the name of Mark Cooey. He's a trainer out there in Downsville, Louisiana, kind of right in between and a little bit north of Monroe and Ruston, Louisiana. Let's go see how that worked out. Mark, thank you for having me out here.
Well, thank you. Thank you for coming.
Well, I've been wanting to ride with you. All my friends ride with you, Raymond Lyles and Cliff Mills, and I've been hearing them talk for years, but I need to come out here, and I finally got the opportunity moving down I-20. You're real close to 20 and easy to get to, and got a barn full of clients and great people, and you've got your program's kind of built around amateurs and non-pros, isn't it?
That's right. We probably, I'm gonna say in the last 10 or 12 years, we probably had maybe 15 or 16 top 15, NCHA top 15 customers, and we've got 2 world champions and 3 reserve world champions. So we've got a pretty good little crew that shows with us.
Yeah, that's quite an accomplishment for the barn. I know that I've sat there and watched some of those NCHA year-end awards and seen a bunch of your folks going through there. And we've watched you for years. I think you've helped me in Jackson there once or twice, or Morgan, my son, over the years. And like I said, you know, I've got great friends. One of your Raymond Lyles, one of your clients, he went to school with my parents. And
oh, really?
Central High School in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I won't tell you how old Raymond is, but my mother said he drove a buggy to school one day with him.
Yeah, well, I believe that.
But you know, I've gotten to do this thing here with some greats, Buster Welch and Lindy Birch, and Leon Harrell, and a number of other guys. But you know, every once in a while I don't get to show a lot. I've got a good horse. I raised him out of Smart and Slick, a stud that I owned for a lot of years there, and out of a Doc's Buddha mare. You actually rode a Smart and Slick for Cliff Mills.
I did.
Call me Slick Willie.
That's him. He was the world champion 2000 limited rider, and it's been a few years ago.
A few years ago.
Really good horse. Real good horse.
Come out of Steve Anderson's program.
Yeah.
And Cliff really got along with that.
Really
horse.
good. Really good.
So that's an older brother of this one, half brother, and then my son and I rode another one, Little Smart and Slick, all over the country, and and they're just real good horses. They get easy to get along with, and he really wasn't supposed to be that, very good. His mother didn't ever win a nickel,
Right.
but she was for a Doc's Buddha mare. She was real easy to get along with,
Yeah.
and just cute. So we bred her, and this is her third baby out of her. But we kept him at home his 2-year-old year and started him, and then Grant Setnica got him in May of his 3-year-old year, and I picked him up right before the Kansas Futurity and took him to Kansas and did okay on him up there. And but Grant in 6 or 7 months, Grant put a lot of stuff on him that really finessed him. And at first, Grant called me and said, "Man, Kenny, I don't think he's going to be all right. We need to geld him anyway, but we'll keep riding him." And then it wasn't 2 months later, 3 months later, he said, "Hey, he's going to be okay." And a couple months later, he said, "Come get him, show him anywhere you want."
Cool.
But I've gotten to practice, so I want you to pick on me. You see anything, you sing it out, because that's as I don't get to go and ride with any one trainer once or twice a week like I need to
Right.
to see some success and to keep him sharp. But I can always drop him off at Grant for a couple weeks.
Right.
But I've got to get on a plane or drive somewhere and go do some stuff for the show. So I'm gonna work him here while I'm with you.
Okay.
He's a little antsy. It's cool this morning, and I think we'll probably get through the first cow and get the fresh off of him. Then he'll settle down. It should be okay.
Okay.
But you just sing out, pick on me. It's not going to hurt my feelings. I've been picked on by the best.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
There you go. Let's get her done.
All right, drive up there just a little bit more. There you go. Good. Good.
Now this is good for any young horse, any horse just going back to getting to those walls like you did earlier.
Yeah, this cow right here is not going to be a whole lot of fun to work. May try to cut us another one that don't run quite so fast. Just kind of ease in toward the middle of that herd, see if she'll go to your left. There you go, right there. Now just step in there behind her. Good. All right, let's drive that cow up just a little bit more.
Okay.
I know we're traveling across the pen a lot, but we're getting the fresh off of your horse a little bit, and that's going to help. He's still a little bit fresh. There you go, that's better. Just kind of soften up on him a little bit more, and maybe try to use that cow side leg just a little bit. There you go, good. Now let's drive him back out a little bit more. That's real good, real good. Now, step that horse up toward that cow's nose a little bit. We're kind of falling off a little bit on that side in that corner. There you go, you're good on this side. really good. All right, let's cut another one.
Okay.
By holding that horse up, you can control that cow better.
Holding him up over
Like
here.
on your first, right there when that horse kind of drifts away from that cow, it allows that cow to travel onto that wall.
Right.
By you riding forward just a little bit and up toward that cow, you can kind of control that cow with your horse's head and neck right
Okay.
there. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So on the right, your position's really good on the right. But on the left, you're kind of wanting to ride that horse a little deep.
Okay.
I just take your hand just like you're doing as you go across that pen to the left and kind of tip his nose in there.
Tip his nose in there.
Maybe take that cow side foot to accelerate. If you
Okay.
need to accelerate a little bit, then take that cow side foot and ride him across if you can.
Okay.
While you kind of hold his head to that cow a little bit.
Okay.
I think there's one there on your left. Now, as you drive that cow forward, be thinking about driving him to the center of the arena. So you'll need to get back over to your right just a little bit. Good, real good. Just sit down a little bit now. All right, you might be holding him up a little too much now. Cow leg. There you go. Slow him back down a little bit. Cow's running a little fast. We'll just kind of slow him down some. Good, real good. Good soft stop right there. Good, good job. Just kind of wait on that cow, now go. Another good stop on that side, good. Real good. Back across. Soft. All right, good place to quit. If you want to cut another one, we'll cut another one. Yeah, that's better. A lot better. I still like to. Yeah.
Having somebody like you reminding you, because a lot of times you can't see what you're seeing from
Right.
there
Right.
to keep these horses correct.
Right.
And I didn't feel myself really falling off, but I was. Now
Yeah.
that you mentioned it.
Yeah. Yeah, that little horse, he's got a pretty good motor. He wants to go pretty fast anyway. So as you ride him and work him, you kind of got to be thinking about slowing down a little bit, slowing yourself down, and try to keep him slowed down, because if he gets caught up in it too much, he's got a lot of cow in him. He's going to get to going faster than the cow's going. And when you get to going faster than the cow's going, it usually don't turn out very good. But just be thinking about, a good soft stop, slow down, relax your body a little bit more, and I'd like to see you relax your legs and maybe just a little bit of cow side pressure going across that pen, if you can. If you can,
That way or either way?
either way, but not so much that you ride your horse way away from a cow. Just enough leg pressure there to kind of soften that rib cage up where that horse can kind of bend back to that cow a little bit.
Okay.
And then relax your body in that stop a little bit more, so he can sit down in that stop a little better. But as he's getting a little tireder now, and he's going to slow down a little.
About to work fresh off.
Yeah. After he gets a little tired, he'll start thinking slower, and you won't have to think slower quite as much. But while he's still going a little fast, you kind of need to be thinking about slowing down yourself.
One of us has got to think slow.
Right, really, yeah.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that, seeing Mark Cooey get to pick on me a little bit there in Downsville, Louisiana. Remember, if you want to get a hold of Mark Cooey, You can reach him either on Facebook, Mark Cooey Cutting Horses, or you can call 318-512-1813. Give him a call. I'm sure he'd be happy to help you work with your cutting skills and maybe work with your horse a little bit. Now let's go to the West Coast. Kind of, sort of, going out to Las Vegas. We caught up with a couple of friends of the show, and they're going to show you some of their tricks working with horses there at Las Vegas. So let's head west.
Well, this mare is in the 5 and 6 year old non-pro, and I'm just trying to get her where she is solid and easy for this guy to ride that's going to show her. And so I'm going to drive a cow off here and hopefully be able to get her to be soft and cut this cow right here and drive it up, see if I can get separated. Now, I kind of like driving all the way to the end of the pen and getting them to read the cow, especially for a non-pro. I don't like to cut them right next to the herd all the time, because then sometimes what happens, they want to stay close to that herd. So now I'm going to squeeze her over here and make her wait. Now, what happens to these non-pros, they get to leaning around. So I'm going to wiggle around a little bit on her, go across the pen, and just kind of sit and wait, make her wait, and make her sit and wait. Even if he wiggles a little bit, make her wait. I'll go across the pen and sit. Now I'm going to pick her up and get her shoulder off that cow just a little bit right here. Just a little bit, make her look up at that cow. Sit. I'm going to pull her nose in here just a little bit. Everything's just a minor. I'm not going to make any big deal out of this deal because I want her to cut for this guy. I'm not going to try to use my legs that much. Just a little bump every now and then. Step her to the cow and let her break off. I want her to be real confident out here too. So if I'm inside the cow or outside the cow, I want her to be real confident right there. I'm going to cut another cow. I'll wait till Kara gets that cow back, and then I'll just slip in here and just see if I can kind of get a single cow up. And I think I got this little cow right over here on this side to go up. Now, just step aside just a little, Kara. Thank you. I'm going to drive her up here, and I'm going to just let her just sort of work this cow right here. Break off. Just let her kind of stay up in here and work this cow. She's got a little fresh on her still. And right here, I'm going to wiggle around a little bit, and I'm going to kind of cock her nose up into that cow. I'm not going to let her get her hip away too much. I'm going to keep her hip up into that cow so her body's pretty straight right here. And then, like right here, I'm going to step her to the cow with my off leg just a tick, and then let her break across that cow. Hold her. Well, right here, I might even back her a couple steps to tell her, hey, it's okay to sit still here. But I like how she's kind of looking up at this cow. I'm going to step her to the cow with my left foot, but I'm going to take it right off her as soon as she hooks to that cow. Step her across the cow, step her way over here. Now she's sitting way over here in front of this cow. Now that makes them look back at the cow the way I put it. So if I don't want her to be short, so I'll step her across here. And then if she doesn't pay any attention, I'll step her all the way across that cow again. Woo, she's a little fresh too. I'll step her all the way across that cow like that. And that's kind of like saying, hey, I'm over here, but the cow's in the middle. So there's where I want you, really, is in the center. So I'll step her to this cow, go across that cow. She feels pretty good right there. Now I'm just going to sit real still here, maybe wiggle around a little bit, kind of see if she takes her attention off the cow like she did right there. Then I'll pull her right back up into that cow and say, hey, there is a cow over here, and no matter what they do, I want you to pay attention to that cow right there. Then step her to it. Now push her up to that cow and then let her break off. You know, the best way to get a horse to quit leaking out is to drive out and then let them work back. You know, what happens if you are worried about a horse leaking out and you want to stay right next to the herd, heck, they just leak on out. Now, I cut that way a couple times. I like to cut this way once, just so that she kind of learns both sides, turning to the left on the cut, turning to the right on the cut. Let's see if I can find a decent cow out here. Practice pen cattle, you got to be careful. Now, Kara's going to come back around me again and get down in that corner. Now I just slow things down. Now right here, if this mare gets long, rather than stopping her hard, I'll just turn her back and forth here a couple times and make her find that cow. So I say, no matter where you're at, find that cow. No matter where you're at, find that cow. Now I'll step her to that cow. Put my hand down low and step her to that cow. Now let her go. Let her go somewhere. I don't fight them if they want to go. So I go and release. Again, I sit here and kind of wiggle around a little bit and kind of say, hey, I'm a non-pro, okay, type of thing. Because if I'm so perfect every time, you know, she thinks she's got to be perfect too. And you know, none of us are perfect. So it's better if we just kind of relax and just work a cow. I try to sit on the off side of her, try to use my cow side leg, but I also want to be able to step her by a cow and have her loosened up, step her across a cow, bring her nose first, nice and smooth, just like that. Now I'm going to step her to this cow one more time here. Up. I'm going to see how good she moves here to her right. So I step to the left side of the cow and step her across that cow. Now I got a kicker there, right there, because she kind of like is a little bit like sticky over here. So I'll step her over to the butt of the cow again, and then I'll kick her over here. A little sticky still. So I'm going to kind of kick her here, maybe even pull her all the way around once. Say, hey, come on, loosen up. There you go, baby. Now I'll step her to the cow and see how she breaks over there again. Better, still just a little tight. So I sure don't mind, like on a real cowy horse, turning them all the way around. It just loosens them up a little bit. But on a horse that's not for a cow, you don't want to turn them around because, heck, they wouldn't work a cow. Now I'm going to take my left foot and see if she steps over here. Pretty good. You know, I think she's ready for that guy to show her. She's really paying attention to the cow. I got this cow trapped. I don't want to get in a situation where she doesn't feel like she's winning. Right now, I think this mare feels like a winner. You know, I think she feels like she conquered this cow. She feels real cowy right here. And she's really looking up at the cow and her ears are up, and I kind of like it all. So what the heck, I'm gonna quit.
Quit stopping on her a little bit on the left side. So I want to roll these cattle over here and get over here and just secure him in the ground right here. A little fresh, but I'm just work him through it. A little stop right here, bring him across. There we go. Switch up here and cut this white cow now. There we go, buddy. Just right there. He let me help him there. It's gonna make him a lot better in that show pen. Whoa, I don't need all that pressure right there. There you go, buddy. So we'll get another one here, and I really want to go across the pen more than trap one in the middle on him. There we go. Get back in here, buddy. Stay up into this cow here. There we go. This is more what I really want to get done on this horse, is get all the way across this pen, because he shorted my lady out in the show pen. All the way across right there. One more cow and he'll be ready for her to show in this next herd. See what we got here. There we go. He's thinking about reading this cow good for me right here. Go ahead and walk down there, Ed. Go ahead and bump that cow for me, little Ed. Just needed to move that rib for me a little there. It worked out pretty good. There's what I want to feel him do. Cover that cow and sit for me. We're good right there. I believe he'll be a lot better for her now.
The rural American lifestyle. It's how we work, and it's how we play. It's how we learn and how we enjoy the finer things in life. How we take care of our animals and tend to the land. It's a way of life. Has been for hundreds of years. Now there's a whole new way for rural America to watch TV.
Hi, I am Kathy Reiserfoot. My husband Jonathan and I have insured with Roger Peters Livestock for over 30 years. Our most recent issue was I was showing our mare. We were sitting fourth in the world and she tore a suspensory. Our insurance coverage is the reason we were able to continue on with Lola. And I so appreciate Roger Peters Livestock Insurance.
Well, that's all the show this week for you, folks. I hope you enjoyed watching, getting to see some of the different styles of trainers from different parts of the country. We started off with Mark Cooey over in Louisiana, and we ended up in Las Vegas with Al Dunning and Ruben Mahano. All great amateur-friendly trainers that will welcome you with open arms if you want to give them a call. Try some horses. They've always got good horses for sale. Maybe take a lesson with them, or maybe work with them and follow them to cuttings all over the country. Be sure and go to manzanolafeeds.com if you want to get your hands on some of the finest Colorado alfalfa that you could feed your animals. It's called Top of the Rockies. Go to manzanolafeeds.com. Be sure and join us right here next week. You know we'll be right here cutting up.